I'm so ready to go karaokeing. I don't know what it is. I just have the strong urge.
The feminine urge to do some karaoke.
Yeah.
Me too. What, right now, if you were to sing a karaoke song, what would your go-to be?
I don't know. Maybe Lizzo Juice.
Oh, not your fault.
Throwback. It's not my fault that I'm out here getting loose.
Putting in the proof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
putting in the proof.
I did listen to that new Lizzo single.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, what do you think? Did you listen to, well, there's two right now. There's Love in Real Life and Still Bad, or I'm Still Bad.
Yeah, Still Bad is the one I listened to. I think Lizzo looks gorgeous.
She does, right?
No offense to Lizzo, but I don't see a difference in the way she looks.
Look, I was thinking about this, like, okay, because you know Lizzo's had some controversies.
Yeah. A couple.
A couple.
A smattering of controversies.
Right. But like there's also like I feel like we as a society have also shamed her, like body shamed her, or like I remember when she was like losing weight, people were like upset about that, but you know, honestly, she's still thick. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Why be caught up in that? Like, I feel like also having that space and looking back, I'm like, oh, what like how is that such a big deal? She still could sing about body positivity.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have a body, you can probably sing about body. Well, okay, let's be real. If you like have a Fiona Apple body, you really can't sing about. You could sing about body positivity, but I think like maybe there's a way to go about it.
I don't think the message is moot just because
she
not
lost
at all. You know what I mean?
And she also lost some weight. Like she didn't go full Mindy Kaling.
I feel like people made it seem like really dramatic or something.
Very dramatic, kind of like Adele. I don't think that the public likes to see a woman happy.
Yeah.
But I forget what it's called, but it's like oh my gosh, like womaning. Hold on. There is a term for what we're talking about.
Really?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Lizzo's Still Bad while I peruse the internet?
I think it's a bop. I think I like Still Bad better than Love in Real Life. For me, Still Bad is like, what does she say? She's like, let's forget the pain and open some champagne. She's like talking about going out with her girlfriends and dancing and having a good time.
Which I love it. I'm a sucker for any song about I just got paid Friday night. I'm single. I got my girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit the town. I don't need no man.
Exactly.
I'm a sucker for it. And the thing about Lizzo is I know you're a way bigger Lizzo fan than I am, but the fact that like kind of like Dua Lipa, she has this sound that's really reminiscent of like a club banger from the 80s or like 70s, Donna Summers inspired, like Studio 54, like vibes. So I'm always going to be down.
You know, I love Lizzo. It's been hard for me though as a Lizzo stan because I feel like it hasn't been cool to like her or like, you know, all the controversy. I feel like I took a break from Lizzo because I'm like, this is too stressful.
Yes.
Like I've looked up to her, you know?
So what is it about Lizzo? Because you've been a Lizzo stan for some time. You're like a Lizzo stan, a City Girl stan, a Cardi B stan. But what is it about Lizzo?
I think what it is a lot of her songs are really just empowering. Like I feel like a lot of her songs are maybe self-care in a way. Like listening to her songs to me release the same feelings of like taking a bubble bath. I don't know.
What's your favorite Lizzo song?
Honestly, Good as Hell is a bop. You know?
Lizzo's definitely, like, for me, at least a guilty pleasure in the fact that Good as Hell is one of those songs that, much like, because we're going to talk about, we watched How to Be Single this week.
We did.
So.
Which a lot of her songs are kind of like about how to be single.
Yeah.
To me.
You know that, like, last scene when Dakota Johnson is like had her revelation about wanting to be single and like walks out onto the New York City street. Like if it was out at that time, Good as Hell would play.
Yes.
Like at that final scene.
Or Truth Hurts.
Or Truth Hurts. or this new song, Still Bad. Any Lizzo song.
Yeah.
Juice, any of them. And I'm here for that. But yeah, I was late to the party on Lizzo. You were my introduction to her.
I know. Well, okay. When I remember like seeing her video on YouTube for Juice. And immediately I just had this feeling. I'm like, she's going to be big. It was one of those moments that you can feel it.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's going to be something. Like she's got something.
She's got the juice?
She's got the juice. Well, because it had the, I got all those disco references it was pulling from. I just feel like that music video is such a fun video because it's also got like the workout theme and like the CRTVs and
Definitely
her costume. Like there's such a vision there, and the putting in the proof is just such a good line.
It's a really good song, and I do like all the visuals. It was like a point a couple years ago where Lizzo was undeniable.
Yeah.
And like you said, I feel like she's really she didn't get canceled or anything, but
sort of though.
It has been tough to be a Lizzo stan.
I think so, but also it's been recently confirmed that her lawsuit I guess it's been ruled by a judge that whoever was suing her cannot sue her, but they have to sue her dance company or something.
Okay.
But not her personally.
Well,
so
we talked about this on the pod before.
We did.
I don't have a lot of thoughts on the Lizzo controversy, but I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she's making bops. I'm happier for you that you get to
I want to enjoy
Lizzo,
okay?
and that you can enjoy your Lizzo in peace. But okay, the term is actually womaned.
Okay.
And it was coined by Ray Fisher Kwan, who is a culture writer. I am a huge fan of her work. Basically, how I would paraphrase being womaned is like the stereotypical like Britney Spears trajectory, the way the media treated her. Like she was like this good girl, darling pop star who was a golden girl who could do no wrong. And then we loved to see her downfall. But then in a perverse way, we were all like, she needs to have a comeback. Mm-hmm. And there's this constant
like the rise and
coaster.
fall that we want to see.
And we just like eat it up, you know?
Yeah.
And so
I don't know though. I hate seeing people, especially when you really, at least I get it though. Like I think there's like, like the celebrity culture is, I don't know. It's all just from the 2000s. Like that influence is just rippled.
Maybe. I mean, like, it does seem so quaint, like a podcast, like You Must Remember This, who, you know, they'll talk about like the 80s or the 90s. And even before then, there were like scandals, but it wasn't as...
Not like watching someone
cruel.
So closely under a microscope, maybe.
Yeah. I feel like, not an expert, but do you think that would be like a Princess Diana effect?
Maybe.
Because... from my understanding, it's not like the first time the paparazzi was so
like obsessed
intense.
with her. Yeah. Huh.
Is this all just like the trickle down of Princess Diana?
Maybe. That's something to think about. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But let's just...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Jump right in.
Let's jump in.
Hey, it's Nikki.
And it's Brie.
And we're late to the party. And today... we're just having a silly goose time.
That's
right. We're yapping about film, fashion, and pop culture.
As we do.
Just two best friends.
Yapping.
Yapping.
You're welcome.
Sometimes about movies that shape us into the weirdos that we are. Sometimes new things.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like this week, there's no pop culture news.
Well, hold up. Sort of.
There's pop culture news, very niche to Brie, which is very convenient since this is our podcast. In general. No. Oh. But yes, we're discussing Brie's pop culture news.
Is this me?
TM.
Boop, 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 boop. So insert the news.
Yes.
Oh, man.
But yes, Brie, tell us about the news.
Well, I feel like this week is a big week for music.
I thought you were gonna say for me personally.
And for me personally, Kyle Mooney has released a record. Mm-hmm. Have you heard?
From SNL and Y2K? Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to Kyle Mooney's record today. The sun was shining. My windows were down in my car. And I was kind of feeling it.
Right?
I like this.
It's a vibe. I mean, there's some songs in there that are... I was going to say self-care, but I don't know if they are.
I think Kyle Mooney's new comedy album is self-care in a way.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite off the album?
100%. I thought you'd never ask. Okay. So this is a comedy record, one can assume. But I'm a big fan of the song Digital Society.
Oh, yeah, with the robot sounds.
So it's a bop. It reminds me of, there's this new song by Joe called Basic Being Basic, which really does remind me of like some 80s kind of like the Cars, but it's like this really specific 80s sound.
I know what you mean. I feel like a lot of the songs on the record have a very specific sound. Like I noticed like he's definitely pulling references and like I have like a whole thesis.
Really? Yeah, tell me about what did you think about Kyle Mooney's album, The Real Me?
I really enjoyed it. I even at the intro, I'm like, okay. But like the intro sounds kind of good, and then he's like cheesily talking and he's like, this is a journey. I love that the production is not perfect. You can hear him like breathing heavily into the microphone. Yeah, it's like so obnoxious and it's like not polished, and I kind of love that.
I love that too. It adds to the funny. I love singing for jokes.
Yeah,
I love singing bad for jokes.
Same. I'm like, I could make an album.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have any ideas yet, but like, I mean, this just inspires me. You know, like the songs don't have to be good.
What's your
release?
song? What would your song be about being on this podcast? Let me.
Here I am on my podcast again, talking with my friend. That's all I got. That was kind of Kyle Mooney. Though, no?
Yeah, like, yeah. Word.
He didn't really have any rap songs though, unfortunately. I was hoping he would, but he had like the kid on the range was really funny.
Oh my god, I love the line of like wanting to not be a cowboy, want to be a cowman.
A cowman.
It did speak to me.
He was like, and this is for you, Pa. And I'm like,
no, and can I just say, Kyle Mooney looks really sexy on the cover.
He does. To me, he's giving like hosier.
He's a little hosier, a little Raffy.
A little, yeah, he does kind of look like Raffy. A little like 70s album cover. Like,
a little Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Like he's wearing Kermit Green.
He is wearing the Kermit Green. That's probably part of his plan.
Maybe.
I like to think he's like a genius.
Yeah.
Like he just comes off kind of like, you know what I mean? Like he comes off kind of like aloof, but I feel like he's like, it's all planned. He's a mastermind.
I like
just like Taylor Swift. Also, Gwendolyn Bartley took me out because you can tell it's just a knockoff of Eleanor Rigby.
Gwendolyn Bartley.
Like it's like line for line, he says the same story but in a different way.
Yes.
He's like, "Oh, you're 80 now. I'm sad."
No, I really enjoyed Kyle Mooney's album.
It was a fun time. And then California Summer, I'm like, was that inspired by Lana Del Rey?
Oh.
Because it's kind of almost like there's some sad tones. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm at the beach and don't leave me this summer in my bikini. I forget what the lyrics are. I have to look it up. But I also Gotta Dance Tonight. Is it a recession core bop?
A little bit.
Yeah. A little bit.
A smidge.
Just a smidge.
Which recession core? I don't know how many times I've heard.
I know.
Especially two random gals on a podcast in 2023 who were talking about recession core and Addison Rae a year
was
before
it us?
she was cool. I do feel like we got a lot of pushback on TikTok.
Did we?
Yeah.
But people love that clip.
People do love the clip, but also they have like a lot of thoughts about, I don't know what recession core is. We're not in a recession, blah, 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 blah. But like, there's a lot of recession core content now. And I don't know how many
And we kind of are in a recession. Are we? Or we were.
Well, I don't know, but maybe the energy.
Yeah.
I love how like the world might be collapsing and we're, you know.
That's when you need the party music the most, though.
It is. It is.
That's the point.
Yeah.
To just dance. And I saw this post that was like, a lot of recession core music has the word tonight in there. Like there's so many songs that just say tonight.
Everything. Like tonight. I just want like a mega mix of like Kesha probably says tonight.
Yes. Or like, what is it? Like DJ got tonight. The DJ got us falling in love.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of Pitbull songs.
Wonder why. Yeah. So many. Every Pitbull song is about tonight. Is the only
tonight's
night.
The night. It's the only
Tonight's
night.
the only night.
Gotta live it up and enjoy this moment, darling.
But I just wonder in 2009 if, well, it would have already been after the recession. Never mind. I don't know what bops were happening in 2007, 2008 that predicted the recession.
You know what I mean? You think there's something like music leading up to it?
Where that we didn't have TikTok back then.
What the Black Eyed Peas? I feel like were doing something then.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, but like I Got a Feeling happened in 2009. So that would have been amidst the recession.
But what about Fergie specifically? When did she go solo?
Do you
or
think
did she
big girls
still...
don't cry subtly about as a recession indicator? Do you think when Fergie said la da da da, she thought about Wall Street?
Well, she sings about being glamorous. You think she was like tuned in to something?
No, not at
Fergie
all.
was
The exact opposite.
She was tapped. Yeah, probably not.
She was probably tapped out.
She was tapped out.
She wasn't locked in. I think she was locked out.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. But that makes me think, just because we didn't have all that brain rot back then. Which, can I say, Brie? I know this is a big news week for you, but I am on.
This is a big news.
This is a big pop culture news week for you.
Just for me.
But for me, this episode, I've been like racking my brain over like what to discuss. Over the past couple weeks.
And I'm like, wait, let's keep talking about cum. No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, wait.
There's more.
We can still
wait,
talk
you mentioned
about Kyle
Fergie.
Mooney. Well,
I'm just kidding.
Okay, like Kyle Mooney, who's a little vulnerable sometimes.
Yeah,
Trying
it's part
to
of his
link it
charm.
together. Actually, I do feel like that Digital Society song.
Yes.
That's what resonated for me because. So see, yes, Kyle Mooney does tie in to my mentee B. But yeah, no, I've just been like, I don't know. I have been going through this phase where like social media and like everything that once felt really like fun and like buzzy doesn't anymore. Like things I used to like, I don't really like anymore. Or, well, it's just a slow news week. I'm not talking about film, fashion, or pop culture.
Oh, okay.
Mainly social media and mainly like discourse and mainly just being fed a lot of things in it where I don't feel like I have control.
What kind of discourse? Like political discourse or like other stuff? Like what kind of
brain
discourse?
rot?
Oh.
Like I'm like social media, like TikTok especially is like diluted my brain. And then Instagram is no fun. All of that type of stuff that when we were younger felt so fun and so buzzy and so community. Like, oh, this is fun. This is where I get inspiration. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it just doesn't feel that way. So I'm kind of trying
like a bunch of haters?
Not even haters. It's like I don't even want to put anything out. It just doesn't speak to me in the same way. I don't, like I'm like, oh, I should probably read a book or listen to music. Like, I have started collecting CDs.
No way.
Compact disc. See, my 2023 Subaru has a CD player. And up until now, I haven't taken advantage, but I love going to the used bookstore and collecting CDs.
I can't believe your car has a CD player.
Mm-hmm.
My car doesn't even have a CD player.
I'm
really jelly.
CDs.
Last bring weekend? Some CDs.
Yes, bring
Next
your
time
CDs. Please do. Because, you know that I'm obsessed with the 90s, right?
No.
I had no clue. I feel like I was born in the wrong decade, you know?
Me too.
Really?
Yes.
What decade for you?
Well, it's either the 90s or the 70s.
Gotcha.
But I feel like the 90s, I don't know. I feel like we've talked about this a lot, but there's little hints. I think the fashion, there's a lot of recalls, callbacks to the 70s, like bell bottoms. Or I love the fashion in the 90s though. And the 90s are probably objectively better.
Well, everyone just seemed to be vibing in the 90s.
Yeah.
I just started Ally McBeal.
Oh, yeah.
For a future ep. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. But I'm obsessed with just looking back and watching music videos in the 90s. Everyone seems so much cooler and more free and more hip and more edgy.
Yes.
And just something about that decade. I'm obsessed with and I always have been.
Is that how you started watching Girlfriends?
Yes.
Because that's a very 90s sitcom.
I've been I really can't be on social media anymore. So I deleted all of it off my phone. And I'm like, oh, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Basically.
To pass the time.
To pass the time. Yes, of course I can read.
Right.
And I will be.
Which I totally want to add a book to our book club that is so sporadic.
What is it? Because I do too.
The Cher memoir.
We gotta read it.
I think we should read it.
I think we should read it.
That's the one I'm being called to the most right now to read.
Do it. You know Fran Drescher has a book? Before Cancer Schmancer?
What is it?
I don't know, but she looks hot on the cover.
She always looks hot.
She does.
She's Fran Drescher.
But exceptionally hot.
Oh my God. Well,
anyways.
Add it to the list.
But yeah, well besides reading
Yeah. And listening to CDs.
I've been listening to CDs, you know, because even if I don't have specific nostalgia, like I can't be like, oh, in 1999, what was I listening to? I can't be like, oh yeah, that's compact disc that I bought with my own money. But now I can.
Now you can buy your own. Yeah.
Now I can go to the book exchange, and
I love the book exchange because it also is like a record store, and it's the closest thing we'll get to like an Empire Records or like a FYE or like a video store. Even though you don't rent it out, it's still like that feeling of
physical media.
Physical media. I was thinking about this the other day because I think I just saw a post that was like it was like just defunct kind of things like malls. And I know I don't like to think about that.
No, but that's my other obsession. Like low key is looking up on YouTube abandoned mall videos.
Abandoned malls. Like that gives me satisfaction and sadness at the same time. Like, it's like a weird
it's a dream or not. Did you
the
ever
liminal space.
have a dream of being locked in the mall overnight?
Yeah.
It does something to my brain.
It tickles my brain as well. Yeah. But there's Blockbuster or like what are the other video not Movie World. I don't know. Just your local movie store and like choosing something. Like it's like an event. I don't know. It's just something really romantic about it.
It's so romantic. Maybe that's it. And like I know it's like so cliche to romanticize the 90s or like the early 2000s, but just like going down the aisle and being like, oh my God, I bought Annie Lennox Medusa.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I bought Madonna Ray of Light. And
Sweet.
Yes. They had so much Madonna there and I was just obsessed. I was like, oh my God. Or like Fiona Apple. It's the closest I will ever feel to going to like an FYE or whatever again, you know?
Yeah.
It feels nice.
I know that feeling. I know I've got some I think last time I was there, I got like a Margaritaville tape, like a cassette.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. It just looked cool. But
I know. Cassettes are so cool. And we've talked about this before, much to the chagrin of someone at the book exchange when I tried to ask you about putting in a cassette tape.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
What a hater.
Made me feel very young, which at this time, sometimes I can feel like
the Crypt Keeper.
Like, what was it? I don't forget the other day, but it was crazy. Yeah. Oh,
I was just going to say, I started watching some Girlfriends as well.
You mean
Girlfriends? Yes. Well, because you wrote it down like that's something you've been getting into. And I'm like, oh, let me refresh my brain. Because like I honestly hadn't watched that much of that show. It's been such a long time. Mm-hmm. But like the first episode, Tracy Ellis Ross's character, like she is turning 29 and she's like, I'm turning 26. And I feel like it's just so funny that's
us. We are living in Girlfriends.
Yeah.
Perpetually.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the pilot episode of Girlfriends is wild.
So good. The toe sucking
incident is the name of it, or something about the toe sucking. Yeah. That's the whole plot of the first episode is, they've collectively, like, two of the girlfriends have dated the same man.
Which you don't do. That's against the friend code.
The girlfriend code.
The girlfriend, yeah.
This is basically an episode of Sex and the City.
I thought about that too. I'm like, okay, because, the other night when we were doing our vision boarding, I feel like this is all going to come together. I feel like
just travel with
trust
us
on this journey, like Kyle Mooney.
Like, yeah, I no longer want to participate in brain rot, but here's our brain rot.
I know, this is our version.
No, this is like psychobabble.
Yeah. It is. And it all relates, I feel.
Take what resonates, leave the rest. Anyways.
But when we were mood boarding, we watched How to Be Single. And then somehow we got on the subject of Girlfriend. I think you were just telling me, like, it's been just like a show you've been watching to go to sleep.
Because, okay.
Or no, just.
I started off watching Friends from the beginning because I've never really seen Friends all the way through. Mm-hmm. Like, I've seen it, just like bits and pieces on TV growing up. And then, when like the Netflix boom happened, I think I binged it all, but I don't remember the beginning and I don't remember the end. So yeah. Anyways, long story long. I started watching Friends. I've enjoyed it. It's really good. Hot take. Friends is a good show. But also, I just wanted a little flavor. I just, the Friends, they have their beats. And it's fun. It's a lot more edgy, especially like that first season than I expected. I was like, oh, they're cool. Because, Friends gets a bad rap.
It does. It gets like a cheesy, I think it's like a lot of people are like, oh, that's so millennial and lame, I guess. But I don't know. I love Phoebe Buffay. She's my spirit animal.
She doesn't have a plot, and I related to that as well. Friends they're going through the same things the girlfriends are going through.
Yeah.
It's just through a different lens.
That's true. And then there's some like, I feel like that show does remind me of Sex and the City in a way that it's like these 4 women, which I guess it starts out with 4 and then eventually goes to 3. So I don't know who leaves. Sorry, spoiler. Don't get too attached. No, I don't know. That bummed me out when I read it.
Is it Tracy Ellis Ross?
No,
I will die for her.
I think she's always there. She has to be. I feel like she's like the main character.
Because that's my main takeaway. Is like Tracy Ellis Ross is my spirit animal. Like I
love her.
Yeah, I love this woman.
What's my point?
Oh, Girlfriends, plot-wise, very similar plot lines to Sex and the City.
Yeah, because I feel like they're just living their fabulous lives.
Mm-hmm. Which
they're talking about sex and I think they're in a city.
They're in a city.
Right?
Obviously.
The career women, sort of.
Yeah. Also, they're like single. Living single.
They're living single.
Which you put me on to. I actually really enjoy Living Single.
See, that was my jam back in the day. Just, I don't know. Queen Latifah.
So good.
She's
Everyone
so good.
in Living Single. Like that whole cast is amazing.
Which, when we were watching Living Single, we were like, wait a second. This is reminiscent of Golden Girls. Mm-hmm. And apparently that was on purpose. They did take some of just some inspiration, at least in the pilot episode, for Golden Girls.
It's beautiful.
So I love that nod because I'm like, yeah, Khadijah's Dorothy.
Yes.
Like 100%.
100%. But also not in a bad way. Like even Girlfriends and Sex and the City kind of having similar plot lines. It's like one right up my street. Like I'm a sucker for anything like that, for one. But for two, like Girlfriends is similar to Sex and the City just enough to like pique my interest.
But it's different too.
But they're different. And Tracy Ellis Ross is a very complex heroine, much like Carrie Bradshaw, but in the best ways.
I was thinking that too. I guess she'd be like the Carrie.
Yeah, with the curly hair and Living Singles like Golden Girls. But Golden Girls is like one of the best shows of all time. So
yeah,
I'm like here for it.
But they're like also young and they're living, like instead of being retired and.
It's like they're taking
like, what
the
if?
Good bits.
And in the 90s, what if they were in the 90s?
Yes. Always my motto.
Yeah.
But what if we were in the 90s?
Exactly.
But yeah, no, they took like all the best bits.
I really enjoyed like the scenes where like I didn't remember Tracy Ellis Ross confronting the camera. It reminded me of like Lizzie McGuire.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I love hearing her inner thoughts and like right in the middle of the action. Like it's just so fun. Like what a fun.
That's So Raven.
Oh yeah. Does she do that too?
Kind of. Like, you know how it's like kind of edited, like when she has her visions and they're like boing, boing, and she looks like directly at the camera.
Yeah.
She spikes the camera.
I love it. I love when a character breaks the fourth wall and lets us in.
Like Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
I do too. Especially a TV show.
Yeah, we don't get that a lot, I feel.
No. But like TV show that works perfectly. A movie that would be Cuckoo's Bananas.
Well, that's why I didn't like High Fidelity. Although I did like the High Fidelity TV show. So, but listen to that episode for my critique.
I know. I feel like that's, for me, it's just John Cusack.
Yeah. Yeah, he bothered me a lot. And he'd made a lot of bad decisions. I'm like, I cannot empathize with him.
No, he doesn't even do it with a smile on his face. I think men should smile more. To be quite honest. Also,
smile more.
Also, Jack Black is not Divine Joy Randolph.
Yeah.
Like there's something about her in that role that's just.
Did they ever? What happened to High Fidelity, the TV show? Like, did they just
canceled after one season?
Is that it? Was it on during the pandemic or something? Can we petition to get it back? Is it too late?
In interviews recently, Zoe Kravitz has been petitioning to get High Fidelity renewed or like picked up by some streaming service.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would watch. I really loved all the characters because they were so fleshed out. Like it was so interesting. Even the side characters. I was like, okay,
a perfect TV show.
Yeah,
better than the original. Like
definitely
so good. What else? But yeah, I've just been trying things.
I dig it.
Just trying to live like I'm in the 90s.
Yeah.
But just to put a period on the end of my self-discovery sentence, I have been listening to, almost as a mantra, You Gotta Be by Desiree, which I know is one of your favorites.
I was going to say that's my top favorite song. That and Believe by Cher.
All time.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because it's such
Same.
I feel like that song's full of wisdom
Mm-hmm.
and it really makes you feel connected to yourself.
Yeah.
When she's like, listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. For me, it's always helped me through tough times.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she makes it really personal and she talks about like, read the books your father read. What did she say about her mother? Doesn't she say something about your like her parents?
Yeah.
Like, read the books your father read.
Something. Trying to solve the
Puzzles in your own sweet time.
You gotta be bad.
You gotta be bold. It's also like she's telling you to be bad, bold, and why. Like it's like kind of like, okay, I gotta be bad. You're like, I gotta step it up for Desiree.
I will say, I have been a little stressy depressy lately. Every episode's just me being like, I've been stressy depressy lately. But listening to You Gotta Be is one of those songs like, yeah, I've heard all of these words before, but when Desiree sings it, it's just like I feel it. It feels so earnest. It's like she means it for herself, but for like the greater good. And it was interesting. So she was really inspired to write it because of this book called Creative Visualization. Use the power of your imagination to create what you want in life.
Is it okay? Is that the power, basically, or the secret? You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, essentially. So I started reading that.
Did you really?
Reading the books. Not my father read, but Desiree read. So this creative visualization book does seem like the secret / the power of the 90s. And so it's not like a new concept to me at all because it's just about the law of attraction.
Yeah.
But what I find really interesting is, and I'm only halfway through.
Did you get
creative visualizing?
Did you get the audiobook or did you is it the lady reading it to you that wrote it or?
I don't know if it's a lady who wrote it, but yes, I'm listening to the audio version, which makes me feel like that one episode of Gilmore Girls where Luke Danes is listening to the self-help tapes.
You're Luke Danes right now.
Pretty much.
And then someone comes in the room, you're like,
Yeah, I was like, oh no, no, I'm not listening to creative visualization. But
oh man,
honestly, halfway through the book, The Power of Desiree, that's way more inspirational. You Gotta Be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't need to read the book.
Oh, you don't? Just listen to the song?
Just listen to the song because she grounds it in a way. Like,
yes.
The thing about the law of attraction is it's like simple enough when you're just like attracts like, and whatever, like you're putting out there, you're going to get back.
Right.
Simple enough. But then, if you start reading The Secret and The Power, like there's a lot of the law of attraction that can be really heady. Speaking of like the brain rot, it can get into like TikTok astrology, TikTok tarot territory.
Mm.
And Desiree personalizes it enough and generalizes it enough. Like, she's just putting her whole Desiree-OC into it, Like, it's something... I'm trying to say something real, and then I had to go make a joke. But what I'm really trying to say is, like, Desiree, You Gotta Be, like, distills all of that knowledge.
Yeah,
like a
I
true
know what you
philosopher of life. Like, not even to be, like, too jokey about Desiree, but this song saves lives. Like, it cures.
It does. No, it's always cures my depression. It's my go-to song, top song for when I'm feeling really down and out. But also when you're feeling good, it's nice to listen to too, because it's just like a reminder. It's like, okay, I'm doing good. Like something's going well. Like it's hard to be in a bad mood. And it's like, it's just such a comfort song. And she says, I looked up the lyrics.
Yes.
I had to. She says, herald what your mother said. So basically listen to, it's like, and then read the books your father read. But like something about that to me, it's like how to have like a connection to people who have influenced you. And right, you know what I mean? Like that to me has like a deep meaning.
Which, what's really funny about that? Which I always think about this song and think about being a really little kid in the backseat of the car listening to Delilah.
Yes, like that TikTok.
Delilah, yes.
Where the guy has the wig and he like plays the mom. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. But like I associate Desiree with mom music.
Yes.
So it's really funny that that's like a line from the
Delilah
song.
probably introduced this song a few times on the radio.
Totally.
Yeah. But I love it because, she says try to solve the puzzle in your own sweet time. So it's basically like things take time, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
Some may have more cash than you. Sometimes, you might be stressed about money,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's like others take a different view. There's people that have it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So it like puts things into perspective.
And sometimes like what you have, other people would be envious of. People would want that. People would like yearn for that.
Yeah.
Like that paradigm shift.
Yeah, I love it. It's got a paradigm shift. And even in the first verse, she says like, release your fears. And then she says, stand up and be counted. So it's like, you matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, don't be ashamed to cry. So it's like, how can you, I don't know. I feel like this song is just so cathartic. Like I've definitely have cried to this song.
It's like being a human.
Yeah.
This is that like Lilith Fair stuff that we were talking about when we did that episode of like, especially women in the 90s had a lot figured out.
Yes.
But just that idea of like, you can be anything. Like you're every woman.
Yes.
Not even in a cliche way, just like in a, I don't know. Desiree just did a perfect job. She really ate with that one.
I know. To be honest, I don't know any other song that she's done. And I don't know I need to know because this is such a good song. But I mean, I feel like I want to listen to her other stuff too. Just
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
You know the scene, Leo DiCaprio, Claire Danes.
Yeah.
You know the scene where they're at the party with the fish tank?
Yeah.
Kissing You by Desiree. That's
Oh,
the song that's
okay.
playing. That's all I know. That's where my Desiree knowledge stops. But
Yeah.
I'm open to it. Also, there was something in the water in the 90s because as simple as the music video is, which the song came out in 1994, the music video, cool, chic.
Very
She's
cool.
wearing flowy pants.
It's pretty timeless because it's simple. It's just like black and white. And then, well, like I love her like hand motions. Like she dances
Mhm.
with her hands a lot. Like she uses her hands to kind of not in a cheesy like interpretive dance way, but like in a almost like a poetic way that she moves her
Yes.
body,
It is very poetic. Almost like she's channeling the energy.
Yeah.
Like if every word she says, she's like molding it with her hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that there's clones of her in the background. Like I don't know what that effect is called, but just
the different Desirees.
all the Desirees dancing together, doing their own thing.
Yes.
Like I'm like, it's a vibe.
It really is.
But it's like so simple,
mm-hmm.
but perfect.
Just elegant, perfect. No.
No.
Yeah. No, I've been really into that. Oh, speaking of new music, speaking of someone from our youth,
Oh yeah.
Miley Cyrus.
I know. She's got a new album coming out,
Yes.
apparently.
In May.
Yeah, so soon. Something to look forward to.
Yes. Which, Brie, did you see the cover
Uh-huh.
of the new album?
Yes.
What does it remind you of?
The Last Showgirl.
Ooh.
That was my first thought.
Ooh, okay.
To me, I feel like there's something with showgirls happening. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my interpretation that I'm always just thinking about The Last Showgirl and Pamela Anderson.
She is giving Nomi Malone
Yeah, a little
bit in the face,
A
which
little
I know
bit.
you went The Last Showgirl.
Yeah, but that's Showgirls. That's still, it's all related.
Mhm.
There's a pipeline of Showgirls. But yeah, it also, like, it's funny because I saw people in a Reddit thread, like,
Mhm.
giving their 2 cents and, like, their interpretations and stuff. And someone put a photo of Believe by
That's
Cher.
what I was going to say.
Yeah, and, like, her, like, little headdress she has in the club. I'm like, you know what? I can see that as a reference.
Mhm.
That might be.
Which we've talked about Believe on this podcast, right? About
Oh, yeah.
not being a cheesy song.
It is
but
not.
That made the edit, right?
I can't remember. I don't know
'Cause
if we
I'd
talked
love
about that in
for-
like off the pod. I thought we just talked about that. I don't remember if we were on mic or not.
Well,
I think we were though.
are you going to get me started again?
No,
'Cause once I get started, I can't stop. Believe your 2 favorite songs are also
They're
2
the
of my
best
favorite
songs. And they are the best songs of all time,
They
hands
are.
down.
I know I make fun of your questionable pop culture interest, although like a Lizzo or a Cardi B, but you also have taste.
Thank you for noticing.
You
Sometimes
have
I
great
worry that people
taste.
don't notice.
I notice your taste. I think on the outside, you are like a layer, like a layer.
Got many layers.
You're
like an onion.
onions. You are like a layer.
Which I love the Shrek mug you got me, by the way.
Oh,
It's all the talk where I work.
You sent me a text the other day of just matcha powder with it labeled Shrek ashes. I was weak.
I thought you would appreciate. I did not come up with that, but one of my
Really?
coworkers did, and I thought it was genius.
No, I've also in this discovery period, my Desiree period, if you will. lot of matcha.
Yeah,
Lot
how's
of
that going?
Shrek's ashes.
What? How would you rank Shrek's ashes from different coffee shops or whatever? Like, where have you been? I know you went to Dunkin'. Because you texted me for recommendations. You're like, where do I go for a good matcha?
Yeah. Well, okay. We are kind of in a matcha drought where we are at the moment.
Is there a matcha shortage? Or you mean just in our location, there's just not a lot of good matcha?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of good matcha, but I will be expanding my horizons.
Okay. You're going to go to the depths of the earth.
I'm going to the depths of the earth. I've only skimmed the surface is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying stay tuned for Shrek's ashes. My review, my full matcha review.
Shrek's ashes.
My matcha do about nothing episode will drop.
Matcha do. I like it. I don't know why I picture it like in a style of like hot ones, but it's all like set up like little matchas to try, and it's like your critique.
I love it.
Of Shrek's ashes.
You know what? I have no clue if I'm a great person to review matcha though, because to be honest, I like Starbucks matcha.
Yeah. Well, it's not bad. I mean, I think Starbucks does have good matcha, although like, I don't know if they've corrected the controversy or not, but for a while people were saying it was nasty now because they changed, like, I think they changed how it might be the formula and the way they make it, or just the way they're instructed to make it nowadays. Like, it doesn't, like, it separates from the milk and floats to, like, it's like chunky or something. Like, you know how you're supposed to incorporate it because it's powder.
I'll have to go back. I want to make my own matcha.
Honestly, some of the best matcha I've made has been at home, and I forget what brand I picked up because it was on a whim once, and I was just Home Goods.
Yeah, of recommendations.
I gotta find out what that is. I think it's expired by now though, because I don't think I made enough matcha. So that's one regret I have that weighs on me heavy.
Well, you know what's
every night.
So funny. It's like my dad is always ahead of the curve on what the girlies today are into. And like 10 years ago, he was like, he went through a phase of buying like the ceremonial grade matcha and being like, here's a little whisk. Make your own matcha at home. Huh. So, but he does a lot of things where like now I'm like the girlies love. So I don't know. My dad is a girly.
Like French press coffee?
Yes. Oh my God. All of that stuff. Cold brews.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Cold brews really popped off. He
was a matcha girly 10 years before. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to pick his brain as well.
Yeah.
I just think that's
maybe
really
have some recommendations.
Every time I see someone on TikTok just making a matcha.
Apparently there's right ways and wrong ways. You don't want to use too much water.
Okay.
More milk to water ratio.
Teach me.
I will.
About Shrek's ashes.
Give a demo.
Yes. What were we talking about before that?
Yeah, I don't know how we got into Shrek's ashes, but
we were talking about Miley Cyrus's
album. That's right. Miley Cyrus's new album. Okay. Yes.
Oh, no. What I was going to say is you have great taste in favorite songs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you do too.
Thank you.
But what are your favorite? Wait, do we have the two?
Yeah, I do think Cher's Believe is not even joking, like dead ass. One of the greatest songs of all time. Innovative, like powerful. Like I was told once that this person was like, oh yeah, people only like Cher's Believe as a joke. That is not true. Oh my God. To be in a club, to be in a gay club.
In the 90s.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? But just the Believe by Cher is so liberating.
Yeah.
Of a song. It just,
that's what I love, songs that are liberating. Mm-hmm. Like that's just, I don't know what I love.
Yes.
Like I want to throw up there too with my favorites. Not that you asked, but
I want to know.
What's Love Got to Do with It?
Oh my God. Great song.
Tina Turner.
Yes.
Just saying. I mean, it's kind of liberating, but it's more like the way she sings it. She's kind of closed off, but it's like, I don't know.
Well, she's a liberating woman. Like she's a woman that is like in her own.
Yeah.
Or was in her own. Like even Private Dancer. Mm-hmm. Great song. Any Tina Turner song, it
takes me away.
It does. There's something about her voice, I think.
Yeah.
I think because you knew she went through so much too. Like there's that backstory behind it too.
That's
like she'll like survive.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's another good song. I Will Survive.
But all great songs.
Now I just want to make a playlist. Like I know I made a playlist for you the other day, but now I'm like just really wanting to make a playlist of just all like liberating songs.
Yes.
Free Woman, put that on there.
Free Woman?
Yeah.
You just said that?
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
I was thinking that.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I had to.
I read your brain. I feel like we're like connected. I had a dream last night that we were recording this podcast. And this is kind of how it went. And it's like weird. Yeah.
You were like, finally. You know who I love? Tina Turner.
I feel like I've said that already before, but I have to say it again.
No, I love it. Oh my God, that whatever was in my eye.
Yeah, my eye too. Oh. That's what I'm saying. We're soul sisters.
We are.
It's not my favorite song. It's so cheesy.
You're like, what's love got to do with it? Hey Soul Sister by Train.
No.
Uptown Funk.
No.
The Wobble.
No.
What if is someone's favorite song?
It has to be The Wobble.
Be the
Someone
Wobble.
out there. There's a favorite song for everyone, I'm sure.
No, you know whose favorite song is probably The Wobble? Which you'll have to cut this out.
No, really?
Probably. I've heard him before talk about doing the wobble. And just that was a liberated woman right there. Doing the wobble at a wedding or a church function.
That is wild.
So,
oh my God.
I think we know the person that's favorite song's the wobble.
Yeah. Do we just like bleep this out?
Just beep. They're probably not listening.
Yeah.
That being said, this is a one episode where they're like, well,
the one time they listen.
They're like, what? Ain't that the way?
Right?
You know, I do feel a specific duty about this podcast, speaking of like people we know in real life listening to it.
Oh,
Last time I met my dad for lunch,
yeah,
he did say, it's really great that you and Brie have a podcast, especially with what's going on in the world, so people can take their mind off it and laugh and have a good time.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is.
He thought we were funny.
Yeah.
Yay.
So that gives purpose.
Yeah. We're here to make the people laugh.
Yeah, we're just here to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Sprinkle Shrek's ashes to and fro, you know?
Definitely.
Oh, but Miley Cyrus's new album.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the main point. So yeah, no,
Oh yeah. You know, just like Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Brie,
I cut that in.
When we're doing segues from topic to topic.
Just make it Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
From here on out on the pod.
Yes. I think that might be funny. I don't know. That's my suggestion.
I think that would be funny. I love like when TV shows do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of sitcom. Like I feel like that's fun. Like I want a transition like that in my own life. Like little funky music or like
we can get on the mic. Make our own Hannah Montana. in Kyle Mooney fashion.
Ooh, yeah.
Whoa. We should totally do that.
Yeah, maybe. We say that now, but
No,
like we're gonna listen back. It would be in Kyle Mooney fashion. Would we add any backing track? Like
yeah, I think we could find it.
a little funky, something with like a sparkle effect at the end, maybe. Okay, I'll work on it.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to record on Sunday, let me know.
Just
our
going.
vocals. If you want to lay down the vocals, I'm game.
Oh, I dig it.
But what are your thoughts? Miley Cyrus's new album. So according to her Instagram, Miley Cyrus unveils the artwork for her highly anticipated 9th studio album, Something Beautiful, set to release on May 30th, 2025. The album features 13 original tracks and is executive produced by Miley Cyrus and Sean Everett. Captured by renowned fashion photographer Glenn Lutchford, the album artwork features Miley Cyrus draped in archival 1997 Thierry Mugler couture, a striking nod to the album's bold aesthetic and visual storytelling.
Which I'm like so curious about this. I mean, first off, she looks amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I do feel like it is a little reminiscent of like a showgirls kind of vibe, but like, you know, there might be I want to know like completely what she's wearing. Like, is there a nude illusion happening? Like there's like it almost looks like raindrops, like almost like a feathery kind of headdress situation. Like it is very reminiscent of Cher's outfit in the Believe music video.
A little Believe, a little, you know, it does remind me of that Harper's Bazaar cover she recently did a couple months ago, which reminded me a little bit of Cher half-breed era, like the 70s Cher, like the Cher show Cher.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Miley Cyrus was influenced by Cher, but yeah, she's
Oh
giving
yeah, I know what you
archival.
mean. Yeah. Where it's like it looks like a. Is it this one? This was when we were mood boarding.
Yes,
You have this
she
magazine.
Miley Cyrus in this era was
her-
on both of our mood boards.
Look at her. Oh yeah, she was. Wow, that's so crazy.
But what?
Like her makeup too almost looks kind of 70s or something like that. Like I think she is channeling Cher with her like attitude, like the way, her pose. You know how Cher has those like power poses?
Mm-hmm. Well, much like your favorite songs, Miley Cyrus is and has been channeling the greats.
Mm-hmm. I mean, respect,
Yeah.
I mean, Dolly Parton is her aunt. Godmother. I feel like that's an influence.
Definitely. I see a little Tina Turner in Miley Cyrus. Like when she was accepting her Grammy last year, I see a little Tina Turner.
Yeah?
Yeah. I see all of these iconic women of like the 70s, 80s, channeled through Miley Cyrus right now.
I love that she's channeling that.
Diana Ross.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I know what you mean. Like this kind of, like this out for the bizarre photo shoot, like where she has the head to toe. It almost looks like a glitter bodysuit and then like some type of, it's not fur though. I don't know what this material is. It almost just looks like a bunch of threads, but it's like draped around her. Like, I don't know if that's a coat or what, but it looks like the silhouette of a fur coat,
Mm-hmm. It's giving diva.
Oh, it's a stole.
Okay, that's diva.
Yes, it is giving diva.
In the best way imaginable, non-derogatory. That's what I hate. We were talking about being womaned.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a part of that.
I love when women are divas.
I do
like that makes
too.
me respect them way more.
100%.
Like I look up to the divas, so to speak, of the world. Cher's a diva.
Mariah Carey, diva.
Diva.
Whitney Houston was a diva.
Mm-hmm.
Tina Turner. Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle. I love her. Diva.
If we were going to do like a modern day divas live.
Yeah, do we have
Adele.
Oh, okay.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Miley.
Is she though?
Miley?
A diva.
I think so.
You
I
think?
think she's like lightly a diva. Yeah. Like she knows what she wants.
Okay.
Nothing's going to stand in her way. She's like a powerhouse with
Yeah.
her vocals.
Because I feel like diva gets a bad rap for being like a woman who's uncooperative or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I think there's been times in Miley Cyrus's like career where she's been uncooperative.
Yeah.
Bangers. She had to fund that whole tour because she wanted to slide out on her tongue.
That's true.
That seems like something we would do.
Iconic. Yeah, I guess she is a diva. Yeah.
Who would be your divas lineup?
I'm thinking. Like who's
Lizzo?
Lizzo? I know. I'm like
Cardi
thinking.
B?
Cardi B is a diva. Would Megan Thee Stallion be a diva?
100%.
I feel like she's kind of a diva. She kind of goes against the grain. Or like, just seeing how she's handled herself through the stuff she's been through.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's a bit of a diva in the best way.
100%.
She should be a diva. Like
She
if someone
should.
says you did not get shot in the foot, put them in their place.
Mm-hmm. Also, like, there's something about Megan Thee Stallion that, like, it's inspiring. Beyonce.
Yeah, obviously. Diva is a female version of a hustler.
She taught us that. Oh my God. I want now a Divas Live. Netflix.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
into all that live
What
TV
would that be
now?
like? Would that be like a roast of all the divas like to each other? Like
just-
for fun? Or like what would they do?
Or
Just
back in
talk?
the day, they used to have this thing on VH1 in the 90s called Divas Live.
What? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. And they'd have like Mariah and like Patti LaBelle and Whitney Houston.
Oh, they would
all,
like sing?
together. Yeah.
Is that how Cher and Tina, was that like a divas? What was that from?
possibly? But
All the divas get together and sing. This is amazing. Like
yes.
I'm gonna have to look this up later.
Oh my God. Clips on YouTube. Great. That's how
This is
I've
gonna be my new
discovered
rabbit
it.
hole.
Please fall down this rabbit hole. But I would love like a Divas Live performance of Two Most Wanted, Miley, Beyonce. And then, because it kind of sounds like Landslide, I'd love Stevie Nicks to come out.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like, could you imagine them singing Two Most Wanted, their vocals,
Mm-hmm.
just their harmonies, And then all of a sudden, Stevie.
And then Miley Cyrus does have that song with Steve.
Oh my God.
You know?
And then they can go into, that Edge of 17.
Yeah, what is it?
Midnight Sky.
Midnight Sky, yeah. Don't you think that would be epic?
But you know what also?
Beyonce could sing that too.
Because she samples Stevie Nicks' Edge of 17 in Bootylicious.
That's right. And then it goes into Bootylicious.
Yes.
And Midnight Sky to Bootylicious.
Oh my God. Then Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams come out.
They pop up. Oh my God. 2 more divas.
Yes.
And then they all together sing the divas, a female version of us.
100%. And then Gaga comes out. They all leave. Gaga comes out to do Telephone 2 with Beyonce.
That is a perfect lineup. No notes.
Yeah.
VH1 make it. Is VH1 still around or no?
Is VH1 still? Remember a couple years ago, VH1 was putting out Drag Race. Are they still?
Yeah, I thought they were. So they must. I don't know. But okay, it looks like the Divas live in '99 had Whitney, Cher, Tina, and Brandy.
Oh my gosh!
Doesn't that sound amazing? So I think maybe that Cher. I don't know if it was from that or not. I'm gonna have to do more digging, but I mean they were all together on a Divas Live. Is my point.
Oh my gosh!
So I best believe I'm gonna be looking and watching some of this in my spare time now.
Actually, same. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole in a hot second.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right. This is what we need right now. We need the divas.
Mm-hmm. We do. No.
We've solved it.
Case closed.
I'm excited for Miley Cyrus's new album, though. It's called Something Beautiful. I wonder what it's going to be, like what the sound is going to be,
That's
though.
what I was just about to ask you. What do you think? Because her last album, similarly to Lizzo, in Dua Lipa, it did have that like Donna Summers, Diana Ross, like 70s sound to it in some tracks. So I wonder.
Yeah, that may make more sense based on the outfit. But I was thinking, oh, is it going to be a 90s, some sound from the 90s, whatever that means? I don't know.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I'm not sure. Like a new age pop or something?
Yeah. Ooh, oh my gosh. If this was Miley Cyrus's like Frozen Ring of Light era, like Kabbalah, Madonna era.
That's what I'm wondering.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I'm here for it.
I looked it up and it says that it's supposed to be like a hypnotizing and glamorous concept album with a blend of classic rock, pop, contemporary influences inspired by Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Huh.
So like a psychedelic influences, supposedly.
Remember Miley Cyrus and the Dead Pets?
Oh, yeah. No, I never forget that. That's like such a random, like she made such an impression on me in that like head to toe. Like, remember we were all obsessed with those onesies that were like different like animals or whatever?
Oh my God. Speaking of Divas Live. Yes. Remember when she sang on that inflatable couch with Ariana Grande in the onesies? Don't Dream It's Over.
Yes.
I want that cover on our Divas on Netflix Live Divas.
I love it. Yeah. I don't know. Something about that really, I don't know why they chose that song. Like it's so random. But I love it.
I love that song. That's one of my tops.
And they're both in like these, they're not Snuggies. I don't know what to call the onesies.
Yeah, like an Urban Outfitters, like, 2015 onesie. You just had to be there, I guess.
Yeah. And then she gets up on her piano and starts playing that song about her dead pets or something.
Oh my God, her like dead goldfish or a dead dog.
Yeah.
Which,
I thought it was such a deep song at the time.
Right? Well, there's this song on that record, or I guess the record after it. I don't know. Her era of dressing like a baby.
Yeah.
There's this song called Baby Talk, and it's apparently about Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Wait, is that the same guy that's in White Lotus? Which I didn't realize that was like Arnie Schwarzenegger's son. I kept thinking he looked so familiar in a weird way, but I've never seen this guy.
And he's a Kennedy. His mom's Maria Shriver.
Oh, wow. Dang. That's crazy. Yeah, I kept thinking he looks so familiar.
Yep, he dated Miley Cyrus during
Dead Pets
era.
Wow.
Like
God
a little
bless.
before, like Bangers, like Platinum Cut.
I wonder what he thought.
I wonder.
Or was he like, get it all out? Was he like, wear that diaper, work it, girl?
Probably. I don't know. Something tells me that Patrick Schwarzenegger is a freak.
Yeah. Is it just his character in the White Lotus?
No, I think I don't know. I've never met the man. I don't know anything really about him, but I think he's low-key cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean freak in the best way.
Oh, in the best way. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I think he's a freak.
I feel like that
With a
could
wink.
go either way.
No, I mean it
In
in
the
a
best.
complimentary way.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to try to drag people. If I say people are a freak or a bitch, I love
Those are
you.
positives.
I love you, girl.
That's your love language.
Yeah, that's my love language.
Oh.
But yeah. Anything else? Oh, we did watch How to Be Single this week.
Oh, yeah, we did. That's right. I almost forgot.
Talking about a flashback to a different time.
Mm-hmm.
We're always like, what are we? Well, this like zillennial malaise that we're in.
Yeah.
Zillennial soup of culture influences for both of us and like touchstones. How to Be Single. If someone like a young person is like, Nikki Bree, what is a movie that it really encapsulates an era that you lived through, breathed through? It's gonna be How to Be Single, because they had like every song.
Oh my God. The Harlem Shake?
The Harlem Shake. Like, what? They had.
Why was that in there?
I don't think they had the Chainsmokers, but that
They
would be
should have. They
another
might as well.
touchstone.
Yeah.
They might as well have played Roses by the Chainsmokers. Really took me back. They did play Lean On by Major Lazer.
Oh, yeah. That is a bop,
But just like such of a time, man. It's very interesting to watch it in retrospect, because when I first watched How to Be Single, we both went to the movie theaters. I just got over a breakup. I needed like a boost, so we went to see this movie.
As you do.
As you do, and that's the proper way to handle it. But I remember at the end just being like, yeah, I love myself. I don't need anyone else. This
It's
is
that
so
song
inspiring.
at the end. I love myself.
Like I'm in like a Venus Razor commercial. Like I felt it. I felt all the millennial core inside my veins, Like I was like, I'm inspired. I'm going to take on the world. In a couple years, I'm going to also do what Dakota Johnson did. That's not the takeaway.
I was inspired by Rebel Wilson.
Yes.
Because she has a motorcycle in her home.
She does. And she's like just down for a fun time.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh. I do remember, like, I don't remember a lot about that movie, but I remember like specific, like small moments, like little scenes like that, like her apartment, and thinking, wow, that's a cool apartment.
Rebel Wilson is such an interesting actor.
Yeah.
Just because like this movie, she's kind of doing the Fat Amy thing,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of not. Like she's kind of cool. I don't know.
She's cool.
Very
Of a time. Like, where is Rebel
Of a
Wilson?
time.
I always loved her. I always thought she was funny.
Bring her back.
Yeah. She's kooky.
Yeah.
She's the comedic relief a lot of times. She does a lot of pratfalls. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she does a lot of physical comedy.
Yeah.
And her delivery, like, she's just funny. And wait, that movie where they sing, and what is
Pitch
that?
Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. Yes. And Pitch Perfect, like she's in Pitch Perfect.
I love Pitch Perfect.
Another, I don't know, fun movie of a certain time.
Such a talk about of a time. But yeah, no, this whole cast, like my favorite movie of like the 2010s, or one of my favorites, The Intern, that Nancy Meyers film.
Oh yeah.
That has like pretty much all of the cast of Workaholics. This movie also has. It has Anders Holm in it. I don't think it has Adam Devine though. We're missing him in How to Be Single, but yeah, the cast is very. Now it seems like nostalgic for it. Maybe I'm just nostalgic for it.
Yeah.
I'm nostalgic for the like mid to early 2010s.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's something about it for sure. I did think that was a fun element of the movie. I'm like, oh yeah, this takes me back.
This is like a period piece now, like almost, but I enjoyed it. I didn't like the first time I saw it, like I said, like I felt like a liberated woman seeing How to Be Single,
Yeah.
And this time it's like it doesn't hit the same, but I rather enjoyed it.
It was fun.
I like what it's trying to go for.
Yeah, I feel like it. I feel like the characters weren't single very much. So I think that'd be my biggest critique, is like maybe more. I think my biggest critique is I just want more Rebel Wilson. You know what I mean? I think I was just like, she was so funny, but I feel like we don't get a lot of screen time on her. And I was a little confused, although I did enjoy the guy who's the coach from New Girl.
Oh yes, I
Damon
love him in everything.
Wayans
Damon
Jr.?
Wayans Jr.
Yeah, like
Now that we know the difference,
yeah, he does look a lot like his dad.
so much
But,
like his dad.
I mean, his performance was really good. I'm not gonna lie, but it was kind of like, oh, like, well, I guess because it's How to Be Single. I guess they threw in his perspective too because he's single with a kid.
He's one of the gals.
He's one of the gals.
He truly
He becomes one of the gals.
Yeah, that's kind of his storyline.
Yeah.
My biggest qualm with the movie was that, like you said, they didn't spend a lot of time single, but also like it's a pet peeve of mine in movies where, you know, they're obviously going for this message. Like, first scene, you know, in this movie, they're trying to go for it's good to be single. Like, you get to express yourself and you learn a lot and you grow a lot. Being single, thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
But then they spend the whole movie, like you said, not being single.
Yeah.
Also, like, as much as I love a Sex in the City and like rom-coms, I do like, the older I get, the more I am beginning to really like despise and like I'm really turned off by
like
this
it's brainwashing.
Well, I just don't like, yeah, like I don't like this idea that like you're not complete until you find someone, or like,
if you have a baby, like Leslie Mann's character, like, well, I get people maybe change their minds, but I am kind of like, wait, how does her character go from one strong feeling to, you know what I mean?
To another. Well, also, you have the coolest cast of 2010's actors. You have Leslie Mann, you have Dakota Johnson, Rebel Wilson, and Allison Brie. Why aren't they four friends a la girls trip?
Okay.
Having fun being single, using these men and having life experiences.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
But relying on your girls and relying on yourself.
Yes.
They're not in scenes together.
Yeah. Why were they so separated? Like, what did they think they were making some big, bold statement on how to be single? And like I know that sometimes movies will like, maybe it's just like the direction choice or something. But to me, like, yeah, it would make more sense if they were all like a group of friends, and they can be in different places in their life, like whatever they're experiencing. But like, you know,
living
single
girlfriend.
But like, yeah, like what? I was missing that element too, because the characters, I mean, they're all so different. Like, I feel like what didn't make sense to me is that Rebel Wilson and Dakota Johnson, their characters are like, they're best friends, I think, or really good friends, and they work together, which is a fun element. They could have played on that a little more, like their work. Like, it's like they're never at work, which is funny. But, and then like Leslie Mann, she's kind of doing her own thing, but then that's like Dakota Johnson's sister. So that's their connection. And then I feel like Allison Brie is out there by herself.
She gets the short end of the stick, and I love Allison Brie. That's my main note. My first note is Allison Brie should be in more films. She should be in, and I know she has a new movie coming out with Dave Franco, but
she does.
Yeah, and I really liked her in The Rental. That's a good horror movie.
Ooh, okay.
Highly recommend. But everything Allison Brie is in is gold. Like, she was in
great. Glow, right?
I loved Glow.
Oh, I love Glow. Whatever happened to Glow? That guy. Oh wait, never mind. I know what happened.
Oh, and then also like,
it makes me sad.
Shelton, R.I.P.
Yeah. Such a good show though.
Yeah, so
still
good.
worth watching.
Yeah, no, Allison Brie is phenomenal, and I don't know, I really liked, and this is the way I know I just was like, girl power. I do think she should have ended up with Anders Holm's character.
The bar. Yeah. Why did Tom? I think.
Yeah.
It was Tom's bar. Why didn't she end up with him?
I mean, honestly,
it was written that way. Like, it was.
They're trying to subvert it.
Yeah, but it didn't really work because you're right. The guy that she ended up with was just like, at first I was like, oh, they're okay or whatever. But then he just seems kind of like. I mean, she's like showing him her bra at the bar. I don't know. Thought that was a little tacky. You know what I mean? I'm like, is she really in love?
It kind of like, not that everything goes back to Sex in the City, but like she plays the pseudo Charlotte, if you will, that wants to get married and be with a guy, and that's like a major life goal for her.
Right.
Her character. And I thought, because like the first guy she's with, and she's like, he's the one, he breaks up with her, and she's like moving way too fast. Played by Colin Jost. Mm-hmm. Hilarious cameo. I think Colin Jost needs to be like in funny cameos more often.
Yeah.
Just as like a random dude. But I thought because of that Colin Jost storyline that the next guy she met, it would be like a cycle. It's like she'll never feel happy
Right.
until she's right and knows how to be single.
Uh-huh.
But no, the second guy also
yeah, she
comedy
never got
comes
the
in-
experience of how to be
No.
single.
Also, comedy goes in threes. So she should have been dumped by Jason Mantzoukas and
Mhm.
ended up with Tom the bartender.
Yeah, I just feel like they were made for each other. It just made sense from the beginning. And he's like non-committal, and then he was like, oh, okay, maybe I will. Like, I don't know.
It's the only couple I wanted to
I-
be together. Except Dakota Johnson and Rebel Wilson.
I think this movie was trying to do too much for like trying to say too much just or be too like, you know what I mean? Like, I think maybe it wasn't thinking of its audience enough.
Gotcha.
Like what we really want is about just us specifically.
Maybe, yeah, just what me and
Me
and you.
personally.
Anything else?
Um,
Anything else about how to be single?
well, there was a lot of product placement I noticed.
That's what I noticed as well.
There's a lot of Stella Artois
Lots
being
of
drank. Beats. Rebel Wilson's poof was like sky high. I thought that was kind of fun.
That is fun.
The Snooki effect, you know?
Yes. The recession core trickle into the 2010s.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought it was interesting. Rebel Wilson's character has a quote, which she basically says, like, you shouldn't have a home. Like, you should be out. And, like, that kind of makes me think of this other, like, quote, obviously paraphrasing, like, but he's like, you should, in your 20s, you shouldn't be at home a lot. You should be out doing things.
I agree.
And I agree. I think that's also how to be single.
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson's just the guru.
She's the
just
guru.
knows.
That's right. She should have. That's why I feel like they should have taken her. Like, she does take out like Dakota Johnson a few times, but it's like not enough to me. Like, they're all in too much in their own little places, you know?
And Leslie Mann should also be partying. Just because
Yes.
you're pregnant doesn't mean you can't party.
Exactly. Like, she should have been having some fun too. I agree, because she works hard.
No, and I also wrote in my notes, Leslie Mann's storyline, while it's cute because I love the guy from High Fidelity and The White Lotus season 1,
Yeah.
it's like the pipeline from this storyline and How to Be Single. You'll end up like Blue Valentine real quick. Like, they'll resent each other in due
Because
time.
it's not his baby.
Yeah. It was basically like they took the Blue Valentine plot line and were
Mhm.
like, how do we make this?
Which that's right. I
fun?
forgot we saw that recently too.
We
That
did.
movie was really strange to me. Like, it was just really strange to see Ryan Gosling with like a receding hairline to me. Like, it was just, I couldn't get over it. I'm like, who is that man? Like, he looks completely different.
Yeah.
Like, they made him unsexy,
I agree.
you know?
But like Michelle Williams in Blue Valentine, I thought more than his receding hairline, his lack of ambition
Yeah.
was the least sexy part of him.
Yeah. Yeah. The flashback scenes were definitely sexier. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he seemed like he had like something
And hair.
in hair. Definitely. Yeah. And like, not Spice of Life, but
Joie de vie.
Joie de vie. Yeah. He had like something like that, you know?
Definitely. He needs to learn. His character in Blue Valentine needs to learn how to be single.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's the one that needed to learn that more. Well, maybe she
Yeah.
did too.
I think both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're together for the wrong reasons.
Truly. Also, like, there's no storylines. Because Leslie Mann's storyline, it starts out with she is going to do IVF because she herself has made a decision she wants to have a kid.
Yes.
But, like, that's her choice. And, like, that could have been explored. And I haven't seen that on film.
Right.
But
I
she,
was
like,
kind of
finds a guy.
excited. I was excited to kind of see how they were going to explore that. Because to me, well, as someone who doesn't quite feel that way, you know, like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, from a place of curiosity, like, oh, what would that be like? You know, like, she just seems motivated. That's what she wants to
Yeah.
do. How is she going to do this by herself?
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool to see, but she didn't have time to be. It's funny that she like pushed him away, and it kind of made him like try harder.
Yeah.
So
Which is cute in a way. After the final times, though, I was like, huh, maybe just leave her alone.
yeah, like
Yeah.
when they're at the baby store.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There were times when he like tries a little too hard. I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought the "Let Me See Your Peacock" scene was really funny. I'm like, what is this song too? Like, where? I don't know. Was this a popular song or something? Or
I don't know.
is this Katy Perry?
It is Katy Perry,
right?
yeah. It's off of Teenage Dream. I remember that album vividly, and I remember always skipping Peacock.
Same. I'm like, well, because it's such a strange song. It's like, I don't think you can really dance to it.
Mm-mm.
And it's very confrontational. It's like, let me see your peacock.
Yes.
So it's just like a little much. So the aggressive, like choreographed dance, I think fit the vibe of the song perfectly, making it like,
yes,
like a, just a comedic gem of a moment.
Definitely. Very like pitch perfect.
Yeah.
I wonder if they did Peacock on Glee. Could you imagine?
I wouldn't be surprised. They must have sang some Katy Perry on there. No,
they definitely
Firework or like
totally California Girls.
Yeah.
Teenage. They probably sang like the whole Katy Perry songbook.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to watch Glee one day, even though you say not to watch because it's of a time and I was at the wrong time. But
I'm so nervous if I were to ever watch Glee again, just because I love that show so much,
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's one of those things that I know doesn't hold up. But that first episode of Glee, one of the best episodes of television.
So maybe just watch the first episode. Just leave it there.
Yeah. Anything else? Oh, what is Blaze Star?
Oh, yeah. So apparently there is a celestial happening so they're predicting that there's this star that's going to explode, and it happens every 80 years, I guess. It's the Corona Borealis, and they're calling it the Blaze Star. Supposedly it's supposed to be visible with the naked eye. It says the Blaze Star is a binary system. The main component's a red giant star, while the smaller component's a white dwarf. So it's like two stars that are somehow connected. But there is some other, there's like some astrological meanings as well, which I love kind of
Let's get woo-woo.
Getting woo-woo with the stars.
I love to get woo-woo.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be visible. Basically, experts predict that it'll become visible soon. It says that the exploding blaze star and the larger Corona Borealis constellation, so it's part of like a constellation, it's connected to karmic changes or karmic cycles and change. It says this part of the cosmos can teach us to find our high purpose in the midst of the world's repeating cycles of strife and struggle. So it could be a good sign.
Kind of like you gotta be.
Yeah.
Those lyrics, I mean, you gotta be really is about your higher self. So maybe with the blaze star, we can achieve one step closer to our highest self.
I hope so. I think so. Yeah, something's shifting. I don't know. I say with confidence and then take it
You're
back.
like, I don't know.
No, I don't know. I mean, I wish there was more to well, it says it's aligned in zodiacal. These are like really like clunky terms, I feel. Zodiacal longitude with Libra.
Okay.
The sign of
scales.
Yeah, and then it says the sign of Venus, obviously the planet that rules beauty, love, and the sweetest things in life.
What are your big three? I know you're a Leo sun.
Oh, big three. Yes. Leo sun, Aries moon, Libra rising.
Oh, okay. Miss
Yeah.
Libra rising.
That's me. Yeah. How about you? I know that you're a Leo sun.
Scorpio moon. Aquarius rising.
Aquarius.
That's why I like them freaks.
Interesting. I do too. I just sometimes the term I'm not sure,
But you know what's really
like
interesting?
you freak, like Quasimodo. I don't know. It might be because I saw like clips of the Hunchback. I don't know why it was on TV.
The Disney Quasimodo.
No, it was like I don't know if it's from the 50s. It was like a black and white movie.
Because the Disney Quasimodo,
He's kind of hot.
he's a freak in
Is
a
he?
good way, and non-derogatory. I don't know. Him and Esmeralda. Actually,
I
I've
like-
never seen that movie.
You've never seen that movie? Nikki, it's so good. It was one of my favorites as a kid.
Ooh.
Frodo? Wait, is that his name? Frollo?
I think Frodo's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think
You just like little men that wear like those green outfits. Oh, like that look like Shrek.
it all relates back to
You freak.
No, but
Non-derogatory.
oh, I like that. I like freak as a compliment.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, you just want someone to match your freak.
That's
you know?
right.
But isn't it crazy? Like if you were to ask one of our friends or ask someone like, like who's like an Aquarius rising or like a freak or like a quirkier, whatever. I have like a quirkier big three. Which
I
is
like
really
it.
interesting though. I'm a hidden
Yeah.
freak. I'm like Patrick Schwarzenegger in my mind. Just a hidden freak.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder where my freak flag is hidden. In what house?
No, you're just... Yeah, you always let your freak flag fly.
Oh, okay. Oh, yours is hidden.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the Scorpio moon.
It's the Scorpio. I bet. Yeah, the Scorpio, you keep it in.
But then it's also like...
You're in conflict.
But my Mars is in Leo.
Oh, wow. Your Mars is in Leo, too? Which is another sun sign. And action, like the house of, like, I think action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. And that's why you come off as Leo. Like, you come off very Leo to me. Like, I know you're on the cusp or whatever, but you're definitely a Leo.
Well, according to a stranger on the street, I give Leo.
Yeah. See?
Or according to other people, oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Says who?
A lot of, like people who've tried to like tarot read for me or energy readings on me are always really like, oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have picked that for you. And then I'm like Aquarius rising, and then they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Do they pick up on the Aquarius somehow?
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I don't know much about Aquarius, except I just know one musician that's cynical.
Andrew Van Winkler. From MGMT.
Yeah.
I love that man.
And I know that Ben Goldwasser is a Sagittarius.
Oh, really?
That's how into the MGMT I was at a time.
That's so cool, though. I went through an MGMT phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just went, I think we were parallel.
I think we didn't like talk about, well, maybe we did with Electric Feel. I feel like we did at a certain point, but not.
When they were undeniable.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, I've been listening to MGMT for like forever.
Yeah. Me too. Since I was born.
Yes. It probably was born like when I looked at your Tumblr.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. And I was like, wait a second.
Tumblr. See, I feel like we need a safe space, like Tumblr.
It's Substack, girl.
Is that where it is?
Got to get on Substack.
Yeah. Maybe I should start stacking. I know we like talked about Substack sometimes, but like, yeah. I've just never put much. I mean, have you used Substack much, or do you use it more to follow people?
I really want to take the leap and start writing.
You should.
Right now, I'm only a lurker.
Is that what they call it?
No,
or is that what you?
That's just what I call it because I feel like I'm a lurker. But
I didn't know if it was like Reddit. You know how like on Reddit you get like the badges.
Yeah.
Like you've read like 10,000 posts. You're a lurker.
You're a lurker. That's kind of how I feel sometimes. But I will write. Like I feel like Substack is one of those things where I feel like oh, I could have a voice here.
Yeah.
Like I feel like so long like Instagram or even TikTok is like I haven't been inspired to create, but definitely with Substack, I'm just.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes Instagram's a little watered down for having a voice. I don't know.
Well, it's just used to promote things now. But what I've liked about taking my time with Substack, I've gotten my like feed right. So I'm seeing a lot of things and reading a lot of articles that are inspiring me a lot on my feed.
Yeah.
Which like helps. Because I can use it as social media, but also if I wanted to, I could write something and share things. And
well, what's cool is that it's like real people too, that you're like, yeah, because I feel like there's like a lack of community sometimes, like on certain platforms. So it is kind of a cool way. I don't know. I need to get into Substack. You did send me those recommendations. I'm just realizing I haven't really fully checked them out.
Oh,
I should get into it.
Yeah,
I will.
Yes. We really didn't have a lot on the docket today, and I feel like we've actually gabbed quite a bit.
We have. I know. I'm proud of.
I know. Me too. It wasn't as hard.
It wasn't that hard. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't hard. It's like you put a lot of blocks in your own mind.
Yeah. Sometimes the harder I try, the harder it is.
Like the harder it is. But in creative visualization, that book that inspired Desiree's You Gotta Be, they talk about that.
Really?
Yep. That resonated with me. So
I'm intrigued by this book. I think I would like to read it at some point just to see, like what the 90s or, whatever they were reading before The Secret, the predecessor.
Read the books your father read.
Yes, exactly. Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's all I've got, but is there anything else you want to? I mean, there's a couple things on here.
Oh, I did hear some Kristen Stewart slander this week.
No. Yes. Tell me.
Okay. So at my day job, snooze, I overheard a conversation, but I had to keep my mouth shut.
About Kristen Stewart.
They said, oh, Kristen Stewart, she really fell off. Ever since Twilight, She
What?
really fell off.
Since Twilight? That was okay. Wait, that was like her. If you're saying that, you make it seem like that's her one and only thing she's ever done.
And it's also like, to me, record scratch, Kristen Stewart has had a really successful and effective career post major like phenomenon franchise.
Yeah.
Yes. Her and Robert Pattinson have continued for the past 15 years since Twilight to make the most interesting work and choose the most interesting projects. They're amazing actors who totally like dismissed like the stigma of being in Twilight and being like a teen heartthrob.
Yeah.
Like
they're serious actors. Yeah.
They are. And they used Twilight as like a jumping off point, almost like a blank check, to basically for the last like 10 to 15 years star and create what they want, what art they want to see in the world. And it's weird and it's interesting. And like Kristen Stewart especially has had like the biggest turnaround in reputation, especially as an actor.
I loved her in Spencer.
Spencer should have won the Oscar. But she's been
in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Was she in Runaways?
She was.
I never saw that, but I really wanted to see that.
Really good. I mean, that was even during the time of Twilight too. So she's been trying, and so is Robert Pattinson. Like,
I know,
such interesting actors. So it was it took me aback to be like, wait, they're like the anomaly that got better post Twilight, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't like to see Kristen Stewart slander.
That's
not in my
cool.
vicinity.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
And The Ordinary skincare. You know, The Ordinary.
I think I've seen them.
Yeah. They were in Sephora, they're in Ulta, they're at Target. You can't miss them. Like super cheap. Just like bare bones, just the ingredients products.
Oh, okay.
So for a marketing campaign recently, they started going into stores and selling The Ordinary eggs for $3 in New York City.
I see that. That's cheap. I'm like, where can I get these eggs? That's a good price.
I know.
Eggs are still on the rise.
Yes.
That's bird flu or something.
I know. Well, like eggs, even at like our Harris Teeter, it's like $7.
Yeah.
Going on $8.
Yeah.
So those $3 eggs, I think it was a genius marketing stunt. But I guess I wonder, Brie, does it make you want to buy skincare? Is it a genius or is it an egg?
It just makes me want to buy it.
You're like, don't mind if I do, and never purchase their like cleanser.
Yeah, honestly. Well, I don't know much about them, but are they vegan? Because someone in the comments are saying they're vegan, which selling eggs might be like mixed messaging if you're really like a hardcore vegan.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Can't do that.
That's causing controversy.
Yeah.
I want to see. Let me look at their website. Oh yeah, I've definitely seen their packaging.
I have
they say?
used a hyaluronic acid from them. That was all right. It didn't break me out, which was nice.
I don't see anything right here like specifically saying vegan like off the. Oh wait, well there it is. It does say okay. It does.
Whoop, there it is.
Vegan, cruelty free, not tested on animals. I mean,
but just the products are vegan. Like,
yeah,
that's what you want in skincare, especially, right? Like, it's kind of. I get their argument, but also I don't see now that I'm thinking about it, I don't see a problem with it.
But also it's not like their eggs from their farm, right? Like it's like they're putting their name on it. Like I just right?
Yeah, it's like a
Also eggs can be used as I think like a face mask somehow. I've never done it. I've always been afraid. But it does make me think like maybe I'll just put the egg on.
Just put the egg on your face.
Yeah.
Just the egg on your face.
I know that's usually like a negative, but I like this turning negative phrases into something positive.
I like it.
Egg on the face for self-care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A self-care egg on the face.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely at least gets you talking about the brand. I mean, have you ever used their brand before?
The hyaluronic acid.
Oh, yeah. You said that.
But other than that, no. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I hear their glycolic acid's really good for like underneath your armpits to keep you from sweating.
Oh,
and like
interesting.
discoloration. So I'm actually, maybe in a turn of events, I'm selling eggs. Worked in my brain, and I might buy The Ordinary. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just their glycolic acid, but what were you going to say?
I want to get some samples from the Sephora, try it out.
Well, apparently they're no longer at Sephora.
Oh.
You have to go to Ulta.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I could go to Ulta.
I've gone down weird deep dives, Brie.
Really? What else have you gone down?
Today I went down a crazy deep dive about the actor Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins. Why does he sound familiar?
He was a famous actor in like the 50s and 60s mainly, but he's most known for playing Norman Bates in Psycho.
Oh, I see him, yeah.
And, well, his son is Osgood Perkins. Or Oz Perkins, who did like Long Legs and The Monkey.
Oh, also like horror movies.
But also was in Legally Blonde.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who was he in Legally Blonde?
He's he's like one of the college students with her in Harvard. He's the one, he's like the nerdy guy. The really tall guy.
Ah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I went down an Anthony Perkins rabbit hole because apparently he was like really, like he was a closeted homosexual, and like the studio system in the 50s tried to like shut it down, and then he went to conversion therapy, and then he ended up marrying a woman who ended up being Oz Perkins' mom, and she was like convinced until the day she died that it actually worked, the conversion therapy, and he liked women again, but then he died of AIDS in 1992. But what's funny is Oz Perkins' mom was also like a model and actually like related to Elsa Schiaparelli.
Who's Elsa Schiaparelli?
Like the famous Italian fashion designer, like Schiaparelli.
Oh, Schiaparelli. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I gotcha.
Talk about things
whoa
in a web, like all funneling back to each other. But then the Anthony Perkins' wife, Oz Perkins' mom, the Schiaparelli relative, she died on a plane in 9/11.
Wow. Yeah.
So weird, but like a weird like rabbit hole. It was a proper rabbit hole, to be honest. I knew nothing going in.
Right, and now you know their whole family tree and their life story.
I know accounts from Anthony Perkins' loves of his life. Like
he died in the 90s, but he was only 60
because of AIDS.
Damn.
But
yeah, there's a son named Elvis Perkins. And he's got hair like Elvis. Is that why?
Oh, really?
Well, kind of. I mean, he doesn't look like Elvis, but he has hair kind of that goes up. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, rabbit holes are fun, You
Any
never
rabbit
know.
holes you've been going
I'm
on?
trying to remember. I think I started to go down one last night, but I don't remember. I think I faded away. Like, I think you ever do that? You like start to Google something and then you just kind of like, I don't know, fall asleep.
100%. Well, I mean, for a really long time, like for years, I would, and I don't know if this is like a Rain Man like tendency, but I used to, with my phone, just go on Wikipedia and be like 2002 in film, and I'd go and click on every film. And just learn about them and like read I don't know. I mean,
that's pretty cool. You just like stored in your brain.
Yeah, random facts, go down those rabbit holes. But you know what? Honestly, a better use of my time would have just been to watch the film.
Really?
I think so. I think
different
at a certain
experience.
point. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's a different experience.
Yeah, you might get some facts you wouldn't about the movie when you read it. And
what if it's just a way to lull me to sleep?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going down rabbit holes as you're trying to fall asleep, and that's reading. That counts. They say reading helps you fall asleep.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's hard to fall asleep sometimes.
With blue light, is this like the Gwyneth Paltrow thing? Sometimes I eat my tofu while I have a cigarette.
Yeah,
like the yin and yang.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that blue light. I don't know. I've been putting my nightlight on a lot, but my eyes have felt strained, I think, So I think, I don't know if it's just my eyesight or.
I don't know. I've been trying to reassess some things. Maybe that blaze star will do me some good.
I'm hoping.
Here's to hoping.
Yeah.
But anything else?
I mean,
say it with your chest, girl. What you want to talk about?
I mean, I kind of want to bring it back to Kyle Mooney.
Let's talk about
it.
But
I just want to say that his song Blue Car really spoke to me as someone who has a blue car. I felt represented.
Riding around in your blue car.
Yeah, and it has like a 70s road trip vibe to the song because it's like with the guitar, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It reminds me of that song like Bang a Gong, you know?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the riff is very similar. So like I just love that reference he's pulling.
I like it.
I don't know. It's a bop. That's all. That's about it.
Do you
I had to get that off my chest.
do you connect with Kyle Mooney on a spiritual level?
I think yes. I think there's a part of me that much like, you know, like Napoleon Dynamite kind of I feel like that it just, to me, as someone who feels awkward a lot of times, it's nice to see someone letting themselves be awkward on purpose, you know? And I'm like, okay, cool. I can lean into awkwardness.
Yeah.
It can be funny.
Take your awkwardness, make it into your art.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I guess that's it. I don't know.
That's
Do you
it.
have anything else?
No, I have
think
no
I've-
thoughts. All my thoughts escaped.
I've left the building.
They've left Elvis has left the building, and my thoughts have left the building. Ready to watch more Girlfriends?
Yeah. Oh, you know, I felt like the male best friend in Girlfriends was really funny.
I
And
loved
charming.
him. Yeah,
Like, everything he said was gold.
I want to hang out with every character in Girlfriends.
Yeah. Yeah, they all seem fun and cool, like in their own ways.
You know who? Fun fact. You know who produced Girlfriends?
Who?
Kelsey Grammer,
No way.
aka Frasier Crane.
No way. Kelsey Grammer. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did he produce Cheers too? Was that him or no?
Did he? Well, he was in Cheers.
He was in
but did he
Cheers.
produce it?
Yeah, what does he produce? Now I'm going to go on a Chelsea Grammer rabbit hole.
Kelsey.
Kelsey Grammer.
Chelsea Grammer.
Sorry, he's one of the
That's
girlies.
your drag name.
Chelsea Grammer. I'm listening.
Oh, Chelsea.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.